Hey guys, and welcome to another season of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and in this season, we uncover the remarkable power of genuine compassion and insightful vision. This season, we're here to show the world that we, as individuals, are the brand, regardless of misconceptions. Join us as we go deep into the inspiring journeys of our guests, each one a testament to the impact and influence of kindness and creativity. Don't just take my word for it. Hear their stories, feel their passion, and discover the transformative potential within us all. So stay tuned as we shine a light on the truths that connects us and inspires change. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and today I decided to have a conversation with you. The reason why is sometimes I feel that I have the privilege to be able to speak to so many guests who come on the show and speak about their stories, show their emotions, but most of all show their vulnerabilities within those emotions through their stories. But one of the subjects I actually wanted to talk about was the art of spontaneity. Well, I had three, and the first one was the art of spontaneity. And I know some people might not understand this subject, but to me, it says a lot about who you are, what makes you happy, but most of all, coming out of a box that people like to put you in. And one of those things about being spontaneous in life is knowing that you can create your future, you can articulate your art, you can bring forth what is important to you. And I just want to remind you of the importance of being spontaneous. Sometimes we feel like being organized is the way forward, and for some people it actually is. For me, being spontaneous is the key. Even in relationships or friendships, I'm normally the one that is quite spontaneous. On more serious matters, I think I use the combination of being creative, being spontaneous and organized, which you can do, which will help you. And sometimes it also helps your mental state of mind. So for me, today, I just wanted to tell you that the art of being spontaneous is a beautiful thing, and to never let it go. Never let someone tell you what you should or should not do or should not be when it comes to being spontaneous in your life, because at the end of the day, it's your life and nobody else's. The next subject I just wanted to talk to you about was the art of making mistakes. Now, I have some really heated conversations with my friends when we talk about mistakes. I don't believe that we make mistakes in our lives. I believe that we make lessons in our lives that people often say are or is a mistake. But for me, every so-called mistake that I feel that I've made in my life, I feel it sometimes it can turn out to be a beautiful blessing. And I use that lesson to know that next time I won't necessarily make that mistake because of the lesson I've learned within that so-called mistake, which they call mistake, but I call lessons. I would love to hear your opinions about mistakes and lessons. Which one do you use? Do you use it as a mistake? Do you use the word mistake a lot in your life? Or do you use the word lessons in your life? So for me, I will always say the art of making a mistake for me is not the art of making a mistake at all. I always say the answer is within the question. The art of making a mistake is an art. And I guess you have to have a creative mind, or you just have to be open-minded to understand what I'm trying to kindly articulate to you is that mistakes can sometimes make you feel down about what you've done. And that's understandable. I completely understand. But when you turn it and use the words, and this is why I say words are very important. When you turn around and you say, this is a lesson rather than a mistake, you'll see the more positive side of it, and it will help transform you to become the person that you want to be. And in a world that's doing more and more negativity, I always try to find the positive within the negative. And I know that can be really hard at the best of times, but for me, I always try to find the positive, and it's attracting every moment in your life to try and be as positive as it can be, even when you feel like the challenges are coming your way, and realizing what you attract in your life, has an effect within yourself. But the last one I kindly wanted to talk about was the beauty of frustration. There have been many times in my life where I have been, I'll say it like this, beautifully frustrated in situations. And the reason why I say this is because sometimes I feel that things might not be going my way or the way that I want it for my team, or just in general life when I'm going through challenges. But I've learned to realize that nothing happens before its time. And sometimes we are just being redirected to where we need to be. And sometimes frustration can actually work for us and with us. So what I'll say to anybody who goes through frustration is to nurture it, to understand it, to build on it, and understand why you are frustrated. Because frustration is also not a bad thing to have. It's understanding the reason why you have these emotions in your life, what they do for you, and how you can use them to do better for yourself and for the people around you. So guys, these are my 3 things for you, which I want you to have your opinions on, because I think being opinionated is one of the most beautiful things that you can have, as long as it's not out of ignorance. Because ignorance is, like I always say every time I do a podcast or every time I speak to someone, it's just a lack of knowledge towards something. And once you're able to open your mind a lot more, and I've had conversations with friends and family members who have really, really out there opinions on things, which you think to yourself, wow, is that how you think? Whereas if you just have a more broadened mind on things, the world will be so much better. But I always say to people, it starts with yourself. You can't force someone to be a certain way. You have to let them live their life, and eventually along the way they will learn to understand that they have created their life in their own way. And when they change, I think hopefully you're there to see it, but maybe you're not always there to see it. Sometimes nobody comes in your life without being there for a reason. And sometimes there are painful reasons, and sometimes there are beautiful reasons. But whatever the reason is, learn the lesson. Don't get frustrated about it. And don't see anything in your life as a mistake. See it as a beautiful challenge that helps you to nurture the person of who you are and who you've become. And on that note, I want to say thank you guys for listening to me, Savia Rocks. And thank you for supporting the Us People podcast like you guys always do. I have an abundance of humbleness, but most of all, confidence in myself and in you, for you to find what makes you happy. And on that note, I'll say, guys, thank you for listening. And always remember that you can catch us on Apple TV, Fire TV, channel 271. You can also catch us every Wednesday on Heart Songs Live at 9 p.m. UK time. You can listen to us every Tuesday as we upload a pre-recorded episode of the Us People podcast for you guys to listen to. You can also donate to the Us People podcast by going to the Savia Rocks website or going to the Us People podcast website. And this is where I say once again, guys, thank you so much for listening. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, please continue to be kind to one another. Take care.
Society has made me want to validate me from my